Hey there, gang, YourGuitarSage. Hey, guess what? I'm back. Yeah, it's been like several months, and as you see, the background is a little bit different because I'm in a new home. I've moved, and that's why I've been out of commission and not doing videos for a while. So that, and I've been doing other music and that sort of thing, but I'm back. So let's learn the effing F chord. Yeah, right? Why do we call it the F chord? I think we know why, right? Because it's a booger, right? We get frustrated with it. Frustrated. F for frustration. That's what I meant. What did you think I meant? Naughty kids. Okay, so the F chord. Why is it troublesome? Well, because it's not really. But for those of you that are just beginning, it may be a little bit because it's somewhat bar chord-ish. What's a bar chord? A bar chord is a chord where we take our first finger, or it doesn't have to be the first finger, but 9 times out of 10 it is, and we take that finger and we lay it across all the strings. Not a big deal, except we have to press really hard. And if your hand's not used to doing that, then in the beginning it's very difficult. But I'm going to show you a way to ease in to the F chord to where it won't bother you so bad. Okay, so let's talk about it. I think I've got, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 versions of this basic F chord. So let's talk about it. For those of you that know an F chord, this is over your head, or this is easy for you. For those of you that don't, here we go. So on the first string, I want you to bar, on the first string, bar 1, or on the first fret, bar strings 1 and 2. Okay, but instead of barring it like that, flat, I want you to go a little bit sideways with your finger. So instead of like this, a little bit like that. Okay, just takes a little getting used to. Take your second finger, put it on the second fret of the 3rd string. That right there, my friends, is an F chord. For those of you that are getting ready to argue with me, an F chord is 3, or a chord is 3 or more notes. That's the definition of a chord. In this case here, we have the 3 notes needed to make it an F chord, a 1, 3, and a 5. Or in this case here, a 3, 5, 1. Okay, and so that's an F chord right there. Let's talk about another one. Okay, because we're going to be using all of these. Ultimately, they're all comprised of this bar chord right here. But that's the first one we're going to do. The one that you may be more familiar with, that's a little bit easier, is the one that goes, you put your first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 2nd fret of the 3rd string, your 2nd finger will go. This goes too fast for you. They've added a new feature here in YouTube called Rewind. You can do that anytime you want. Okay, so there's that 2nd finger, and the 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. We're counting from the bottom too. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we count the strings. We don't count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Only weirdos do that, or people that don't know that we count them this way. And when I say we, I mean the collective guitar community. Okay, so there we go. That's an F chord, okay? So just press those guys down. I think of it like a little set of stairs there, you know, kind of going up or going down, if you will. And that's your F chord. Now, you can't do this because that sounds like poo-poo, and you don't want to sound like poo-poo. You want to sound good. So you can't hit all the strings. You just hit those 3 right there. Okay? And so if you were doing like a big old strum, you're not going to be able to get a great sound out of it. Okay? We're easing into this effing F chord, okay? Remember, giving you easy ones first. Once you master these, then the big F chord will work out nicely for you. Okay, so we got that guy, right? Now let's add to this guy, all right? Here's what you're gonna do. Keep your hand where it's at. Move your 3rd finger up 1 string. Take your pinky and put it where that 3rd finger was. Like that, okay? Now, you can play the 4 middle strings. So, 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, pinky's on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger's on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 1st finger is on the 1st fret, I'll turn my tuner off, of the 1st of the second string. Okay, so now we play those 4 middle strings. Whoa, my guitar's slightly out of tune. Anyhow, so there is an F chord, okay? Playing just the 4 middle ones. Now, let's get fancier, shall we? I see you nodding your head. So now what we're gonna do is, remember when we barred that first finger right here before? You can do that, and you're gonna catch that first and second string at the first fret, kind of lay that finger over a little bit, and voila, viola, you have an F chord. Now this is the F chord that you see me play all the time. I like it because it sounds great, it's full, and it's easy to play. So, and I'll go into this in a minute, I can play the other bar chord, but I just don't like it as much because I like this lazy one. I call it the lazy F. So there you go. It goes like that. Now, here's the difference between this chord and the bar chord. When you're playing the bar chord, you kind of have to shift gears. And what I mean by that is, usually when you're playing chords like C and G and D and that sort of thing, you can kind of rest your thumb up here a little bit, which is a no-no for some real strict, like, classical guitar teachers and stuff. Like when I went to school, my classical guitar teacher would have kicked my butt for doing this. But guess what? I'm on YouTube now and you're not, buddy. Okay. So, no, actually, he was awesome. Awesome guitar teacher, and still love him. But this is just something we do here to make it easier. You can bring your thumb up here. When you're playing strict classical, though, keep your thumb down here. It makes things a lot easier. Okay, so there's that F chord. If we wanted to have this bar F chord, we kind of have to shift gears and bring that thumb down. You can't hold your thumb up here and play a bar chord. Even Hendrix didn't do that. He would just grab that note right there and he'd do like this. So here we go. F bar chord. The only difference between here and here is laying that first finger all the way across all those strings. There you go. That is the full F bar chord. Now, a word about all these forms, you can move them up and down the neck linearly. So up the neck, down the neck. So I could take this, and this becomes an F sharp, this becomes a G, G sharp, A, sort of thing, or this one, or this one, or the bar chord. So every time we go up in the scale, or anytime we go up the neck, it becomes another chord. I covered this in ebook 1 and ebook 2, where I'm talking about the chords, talking about the formations, but then also knowing your neck. If you don't know the notes on the neck, you need to, because it's going to help. Instead of learning one chord here, now you've just learned 12 chords. And in fact, since I just showed you 1, 2, 3, I didn't show you this one, 4, I just did, 5, 6 versions of this chord, times 12, you just learned, what's that, 72 chords? You're welcome, huh? 72 new chords, kids. Or versions, if you will. Okay, so yeah, exclusively covered in ebook 1, the notes going up the fretboard. We talk about some of the different forms in ebook 1 and ebook 2. So if you haven't gotten those already, go to YourGuitarSage.com. Also there, you'll find a free guitar chord study, which literally teaches you, I don't know, somewhere 1,000 chords after you learn how to bar them and what have you, jazz chords, all sorts of chords. So check it out. Go to YourGuitarSage.com. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. See ya.